Hi folks, Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube so you can get all our stuff. Click that mobile device that lets you get notifications for when we post. So, why is Trump winning? Why is he so successful? Why is he beating politics at his game? I saw a great analogy by Scott Adams, the maker of the Dilbert comic, on the Bill Maher show. And I think he really nailed it. Let's talk about some of the different ideas on that. Donald Trump is a man of persuasion. The Art of the Deal I read when I was a kid in the 80s. And he's a guy who likes to win. Winning is everything for Donald Trump. And I think he'll pretty much try and win, based upon what I read in his books, at any cost. Because to him, it's not really about what it takes to win. It's just that he wins. So nothing is off the table, including, like what we saw with Ted Cruz's dad being called out as in the National Enquirer, who's a friend of Donald Trump's, as being one of the people who killed JFK. There's just no limit probably to where he wants to go. Maybe, legally. He wants to stay within the legal bounds of not going to jail. But he's willing to do whatever it takes to win. This is a winner gentleman. Now, how that works in the U.S. presidency when you become president is very different than winning the election. You can win the election. When you become president, you've got to deal with arguing with Congress, trying to get stuff done. Certainly Obama and other presidents have felt fierce disappointment and disillusionment from dealing with Congress, trying to get laws passed, trying to get politicians to work with them, trying to get their agendas done in the quagmire of Washington, D.C. What he's going to do when he becomes president is going to be a totally different thing. But why is he winning now? In essence, and some of this is from Scott Adams' analogy of persuasion, just basic persuasion techniques. And I think that Donald Trump has been doing this for so long, he's probably not even consciously aware of it. Maybe he is, but I think he's just become a master at this sort of technique of doing what it takes to win and how to get attention to win, et cetera, et cetera. What he's doing is he's beating politicians at their own game. For years, politicians have promised us bullshit. In fact, it's well documented that we know that they lie to us. We expect them to lie to us. They know that we expect them to lie to us, so thereby they lie to us. They promise all sorts of shit they can never deliver. We'll give you more jobs. We'll give everyone more money. Everyone will be more blessed and happy and have lower taxes. And they just cite these gross generalizations they give to people. In fact, there's a playbook that every one of the parties, I'm not picking on one party, every one of the parties gives their politicians or politician wannabes the playbook of, here's what you can promise to people that you'll do. The problem is whether you're a U.S. presidential candidate or a candidate for the Senate, Congress, all those sort of good stuffs, or you're just running for your local mayorship, you can't promise the world and get into office and just do whatever the fuck you want. That's called an authoritarianship, and we don't have that in America. Not yet, at least. We'll see when Donald Trump gets in. Things could change. We could have a Putin for president. So there's a check and balance system with government. There's the justice area, and then there's the Congress. So a president can't do willy-nilly whatever he wants. And he has to work within the confines of the three branches of government and get coalition to support his ideas. So the problem with these politicians, they promise the fucking moon, and then they don't accomplish it in the 2 or 4 years that they do their terms in government, and they come back and they promise the same fucking thing. And I don't know about you, but I sit and look into them anytime they come along with their same old riffraff that they had 2 or 3 years before, and I go, you didn't do the job 2 or 3 years ago, and you say you're going to do it now? What, was you just like you're waiting to get around to that or something, or you had a lot going on? The problem is there's so many people trying to get their own agendas done, and everything else. You just can't do whatever you want to do. Well, Donald Trump is beating politicians. This is why the politicians are running around going, how is he beating us? Here's how Donald Trump is beating and winning in his agenda. Number one, he promises incredible blue sky. He promises bullshit that is so fucking high that God knows how you're ever going to deliver it. America will be great again. America will be great again. Now, the key to his success, too, is persuasion. So what he does is he keeps beating the message home in a simplified blue sky manner. America will be great again. We'll have more jobs. You'll have more money. And he's going to this extreme that most politicians aren't willing to go to in just promising the fucking moon. Now, the other smart thing that Donald Trump does is he does not tell you how he's going to accomplish those goals. Now, any other idiot politician will put forth a little policy manual or put forth something, and they're like, here's how we're going to solve problems in the Middle East when I'm president. Here's how we're going to do this. No. Donald Trump is that dumb. He basically tells you blue sky shit, and then when you go, hey, how are you going to build a wall and Mexico's going to pay for it? They just will. And he keeps just saying it to where after a while you just go, well, I guess they will. Yeah. Like if you just keep saying stuff with enough gusto, it will happen. Sounds like a motivational program to me. But by not giving you the specifics of how he's going to accomplish the items that he says he will in grand busto, the problem is you can't, and the media can't, sit down and go, okay, well, here, what's wrong with the Donald Trump program? On line 8, he's fucking up this, and this isn't right. He's not going to be able to do that. This is a stupid idea. This is not going to work. You can't pick apart Donald Trump. And his politician counterparts could not pick him apart. Because they're like, well, you said you're going to make America great again. Okay, so how are you going to do that? He's like, we're just going to do it. And like, the politicians who are competing against him have no argument because they have no details of how he's going to do it, so they can't pick it apart. They're just kind of stuck. And then they look stupid because they're sitting there going, as a voter, you're like, well, he said he's going to make America great again. You're just kind of sitting there with your thumb in your ass. So, I don't know. He looks better. Sounds good to me. And so he uses the power of persuasion, the power of repetition to give you what he wants, paints blue sky gross generalizations far more than any politician will promise or deliver. And there you go. The other thing that he does that Scott Adams of Dilbert pointed out is he does word association to candidates that are competing against him. He also does A/B testing. And if you really watch what he does flip words around where he'll say like Ted Cruz the loser or boring Hillary or he tries to use different words that he can attach to them. And once he finds one that A/B testing works as successful at you assimilating that word with that person in your brain, he will go ahead and pound the shit out of that. And by doing that, when you start thinking of that person, Ted Cruz loser, wow. And you associate that name that label that he's put on with that person. Very, very brilliant when you really think about it. And he's A/B testing, so he's not stupid. He's not sloppy as some people think. I've heard people say, well, he's just sloppy, reckless, and he's crazy. No, he's actually pretty damn crazy like a fox when it comes down to it. If you're A/B testing and trying to figure out what's going to work at making poisoning kind of the idea in the terms of voters' heads as to a certain politician and polluting that sort of perception that they have of a certain candidate, that's pretty fucking smart. That's pretty damn smart in what he does. The other thing is he's willing to win at any cost. Now, if you follow me on Facebook, I predicted before the election season started that Donald Trump would win the presidency and that Hillary Clinton would be the nominee of the Democratic Party and that he would win the GOP. I was dead on right. And I have also predicted that Donald Trump will win. Now, I'm not in politics. I don't have a horse in this fight. I think all politicians are evil, satanic, and I don't know, would probably be better at the bottom of the sea, along with the lawyers. So I think someone said that. So I don't have a dog in this fight. Let's make that very clear. But why is Donald Trump winning? Now, he's willing to win at any cost. He's willing to dig up any dirt. So you saw throughout the thing, he was willing to go into anyone's closet and start pulling out skeletons. Mrs. Clinton, Hillary Clinton, has a lot of skeletons. If you were an adult during the Bill Clinton administration, there's a lot of stuff going on. Whitewater, David Foster, different things like that. Now, what he's very good at is he's very good at bringing up stuff without bringing it up. Like he'll say, well, I don't believe that Bill Clinton killed David Foster, but you kind of have to wonder. Now, I'm not saying he did that, but Bill Clinton killing David Foster, that's something interesting, you know. And it's a very subtle subconscious tell. It's a give that he's taking and doing at convincing you that, whoa, no, what? And he is going to bring out every skeleton in the Clinton closet on this presidential campaign, and he is going to beat the shit out of those bones. And you can bet that he's going to probably pull out all the girls who he's already pulled out the rape charges that had come out during Bill Clinton's era. He's already talking about the girls that he evidently had sex with when he was president, and also in Georgia when he was the governor there. I believe it was Georgia. No, Arkansas. Arkansas. So Donald Trump is very brilliant, very manipulative, and very good at getting his way. Maybe something that would make a great president, or make pretty much every country on earth hate us, and make the asshole American sort of perception of us the worst it could ever be. Like basically no country will talk to us. Or maybe they'll just be so afraid of us and afraid of Donald Trump, they'll just be like, just do what he wants, man. Don't piss him off, man. So that was a little Bill Clinton there, wasn't that? I never had sex with those women. That's why Donald Trump is winning, and he's willing to win at all costs. One part that I really saw that is when he finally beat Ted Cruz and he finally got the nomination, and everyone quit. He started saying nice things about Ted Cruz, and you're like, and it was because he won. He was willing to do anything it took to win, and in the end, once he won, he was happy. So, like I say, that may work in running races or running marathons or doing this sort of thing, but when it comes to politics and working with other countries that have different ideals, you're probably not going to always win. And that means he's probably not going to be very happy. And as we all know, Donald Trump doesn't take losing very well, or people not agreeing with him, because he gets pretty angry and vindictive and everything else. So it's going to be interesting if and when, or when I predicted he wins the presidency. So that's how Donald Trump is winning. He's not crazy. He's not stupid. He's not ignorant. He's not being reckless. He has a game and a plan to win. And if you're underestimating how smart the man is at his operational whatever, it's pretty fucking smart. He's played the media to a point that they've basically made him presidential nominee, because he's been more bombastic, he's been more boisterous, more crazy, and more blue sky than any politician out there. And because of it, the media has been drawn to him, saying, look at this idiot, he'll never win. Thanks, media. You fucking put him right in the fucking captain's seat. So, there we have it. Donald Trump. Reality TV meets the U.S. presidency. We'll probably have, like, I don't know, a Big Brother set in the White House when he gets in office. I can't imagine seeing the first time that he meets a leader that doesn't agree with him. He'll be like, you're fired! And the leader will be like, I don't even live in your country, you fucking dumbass hick. Take your orange orangutan shit down the road and your hair with it. Thanks. So that's why Donald Trump's winning. It's very smart, and he's going to do whatever it takes to win. And I think Hillary's going to lose. And like I said, I don't have a political dog in the fight. I think all politicians are sneaky scumbags, and I don't belong to any dirty dick of any dirty party. To me, it's just politics is all wrong and evil. We should sit down and all get together and go, let's fix what's right in this country. But unfortunately, we can't do that. So be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube. We'll see you next time.